And taken right at the 35. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Finding room to the 20. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mariota to throw it. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a short return to the 6-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gun!
They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's got some space here. Thomas, the intended target.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
This throw caught right around the 6. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Bucky Hodges, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Janikowski adds the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Gonna throw deep for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They go play action. Mariota. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Timmy Jernigan coming up the middle. Gets him there for a loss of about 9. Third and long here for Mariota. And pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll look to set up his blockers. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to